Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I want to share with you my top 10 anti-aging serums for 2025. You don't need to have all of these serums in your skincare routine to get effective results. Really, what I want to share with you today is that there are some options out there that we can explore so that you guys know exactly what could work for you, depending on what things you want to tackle and your individual skin's concerns. It's all about working smarter, not necessarily harder, and hopefully this video will give you a little food for thought when it comes to your anti-aging skincare routine. Sit back, relax, and let's talk the top 10 anti-aging serums. Now, in today's video, I've worked really hard to make sure we have a little something for every skin concern, every skin type, and of course, every budget. These are my top 10, the ones that have worked best for me, but of course, I'd love to hear yours. So what's that number one anti-aging hero that you have in your skincare routine? Shout about it down in the comments section below. I always love to read about your recommendations because they really do shape the products I try out and review here on the channel in the future. Whatever your thoughts on my own recommendations, if you enjoy this style of content, which as always is sponsorship and paid partnership free, then make sure to let me know by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. You will never see a brand sponsorship or collaboration here on the channel because I pride myself on my independence, turning down that coin so I can bring you recommendations that are from the heart and never from the wallet. So if you did at any point happen to find yourself enjoying this video, give it a like because it really does support me as a content creator. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. Now, I'm going to try and go through this in some sort of order, and I've got my list to keep me on track, but I have listed all the products mentioned down in the description box below. So if you wanted to check the price point, make a purchase, read the reviews, those links are there for your convenience. And we're going to start out with retinoids. For me, with the exception of sunscreen, which is the true non-negotiable, retinoids are the other core component of an anti-aging skincare routine. They boost collagen and elastin production to minimize fine lines and wrinkles, and they speed up cellular turnover, which is going to help fade hyperpigmentation and discoloration. Retinoids kind of do it all, but there are lots of newer versions on the market now that I think people could get better results from. You can get the prescription strength super high potency options, you can go for retinal, retinol, some of the gentle retinol esters, but I think when you take it in the round, over the counter at least, retinal is where it's at. That's because it goes through fewer conversions to get to the retinoic acid our skin needs to deliver the anti-aging benefit, so it retains its potency. It's more potent than retinol with an O, and it has fewer side effects and irritation, which for me is ding, 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 win, win, win. I made the switch from retinol to retinal around 2 years ago, and I've never looked back. So if you want to see my own experience and why I made the switch, the results I saw, I'll find that video and I'll leave a link to it up there. But my first recommendation in this top 10 serums goes to the Geek and Gorgeous A-Game 20. This is a relative newcomer to the skincare world. I think it launched about 12 months ago, and it's already sold out multiple times. It's that good. And this is the highest potency retinal you can get over the counter. It delivers so many amazing line minimizing results, but it really doesn't sensitize the skin too much. I think that's because of the quality formulation. It's got a lot of hydrators and humectants in here. It really nourishes the skin at the same time as delivering that potent dose of retinal. It comes in 3 different strengths. The 20 is the highest strength, which I think is where we should all aim to get to if our skin permits. That's where you get the best results. But they also have a 10 and then a 5. If you're a regular retinoid user, it's probably fine to go straight in with the 20 because your skin will be accustomed to retinoids. If you're new, start with one of the lower doses and work your way up. I love the fact there's 3 different strengths, something for everyone, and the price point is divine. I'm drugstore to my core. In fact, let's call it what I am. I'm cheap. I hate overpaying for skincare if there's a more affordable dupe on the market. And this little gem beats all of those bougie retinals hands down. My absolute favorite, and it's the one that I use every single evening in my skincare routine. Now, up at number 2 on this list actually goes to the Ordinary equivalent of this. The Ordinary Retinal Emulsion, again launched in the last year, and that's very much a like-for-like dupe for the Geek and Gorgeous. Personally, I prefer Geek and Gorgeous because you get double the amount of product, so it's a much more cost-effective option. But if you can't get your hands on Geek and Gorgeous, then The Ordinary is a really nice alternative. Definitely worthy of a place on this list because I think The Ordinary have brought retinal to the masses, and that for me, they'll always have a place in my heart for doing that. I know so many people now use retinal because of that Ordinary product and are getting phenomenal results. So the top 2 are retinal serums. Whether you go for the Geek and Gorgeous or the ordinary. It's really up to you, whichever's easiest to get your hands on wherever in the world you live. But both are phenomenal, and I think the best over-the-counter retinoids you're going to find. Now, moving from retinoids through to vitamin C's, I have two recommendations and they come for different price points. Vitamin C, again, is a little bit of a non-negotiable in an anti-aging skincare routine because it delivers so many benefits. It can boost collagen and elastin production, it fades hyperpigmentation, it can return firmness to the skin, and it gives us that little radiance boost and glow up. Vitamin C is that hero ingredient that kind of does it all, and most people out there probably already use a vitamin C. If you want to know how to use it to get the maximum results, no matter which one you use, I cover that in a video, which again, I'll leave a link to up there. Check that out, because I always think using the right products is part of the battle, but using them correctly is the other half. So check that video out. But my top two vitamin C's, occupying positions 3 and 4 on this list, are these two. We have the Allies of Skin 20% Vitamin C Brighten and Firming Serum, and we have the Geek and Gorgeous C Glow. Different price points, so they'll suit different budgets, but both of these are slam dunks when it comes to an effective anti-aging routine. Let's start with the cheapest. This is Geek and Gorgeous. Their C Glow is a great 15% vitamin C, which will boost collagen and elastin. It's got some extra antioxidants to protect the skin, and this will give you that glow up we all secretly crave. It's super inexpensive and it's super fresh. They make this every single week just for us. And so, you know, if you order direct from Geek and Gorgeous, this won't have been sat around gathering dust on a shelf. This is fresh, made in the last 7 days. And so when you put it on your skin, it's going to be maximum potency. I've got some of my best vitamin C results from the Geek and Gorgeous C Glow. And again, super affordable, great if you're on a budget, but you still want those next level results. And then the Allies of Skin. For people that don't mind paying a little bit more, this delivers so much more. You've got vitamin C using alongside glutathione, other firming ingredients here. This is one of the quickest acting vitamin C's I've ever tried. So if you're impatient, you want to get on top of your stubborn hyperpigmentation, you want to firm that skin up, and you kind of want to do it quickly, this is the product to reach for. It's not the cheapest, so it's not going to be for everyone's budget, but if you're happy to pay a little bit more to get a lot more, this is worth it every single time. I do have a cheeky discount code for this one actually, which takes 20% off the price. That does bring it down a little bit, and again, I'll link that down in the description box below. I love this. It's probably one of the most, if not the most effective vitamin C's I've ever tried, and definitely worthy of a place on this top 10 anti-aging serums list. Now, we've moved through retinoids, we've got our vitamin C dose, so at this point we should be firmed, tightened and glowing to the gods. But we still have to keep that cell turnover going, and exfoliation is key. I think we all went through a phase where we were over exfoliating, say 3 years ago, and that did more harm than good. Now I feel that everyone's kind of settled into a more gentle exfoliation routine, and there are some great products out there. What I tend to do though is I like to mix multiple different exfoliating acids into the mix so I can harness the power of all of them. It's not about choosing between glycolic acid, lactic acid, salicylic acid. Opt for a formula which has all of these together in lower concentrations to give you maximum results. I really struggled to find one that worked for me, so I resorted to creating my own. And this is the Mad About Skin Light Chemical Peel Gel. This has glycolic acid, salicylic acid, lactic acid to exfoliate, and it's got kojic acid, which is going to lift and fade some of that hyperpigmentation, just to give you a more even skin tone. People report actually their #1 skin concern as they age is discoloration and an uneven skin tone, more so than wrinkles. So whilst we're using things to firm and boost collagen, we also need to take control of our hyperpigmentation game, and this is a product that makes it really easy to do that. Use it once a week as when you start. You can graduate up to twice a week if your skin can tolerate it, but this is a little quick gem that you can use a couple of times a week just to elevate your hyperpigmentation and anti-aging routines. It's that blend that really delivers, and it's also super gentle. So you don't have to go in with like skin stripping acid strengths. You can go with something super gentle and still get great results in the long term, which is why I'm so proud of this formulation. I've also thrown in a cheeky discount code. If you want to try this out, get your glow game on point in time for summer, that discount's down in the description box below. So now let's move on to a couple of growth factor recommendations. Growth factors are the #1 search for skincare term in 2025, so it's the viral ingredient that everyone wants to get their hands on. And honestly, I think growth factors are a great addition to an anti-aging skincare routine. I've been using them consistently for the past 12 months, and I've got some great results. I kind of documented my own growth factors experience and journey in a separate video, which I'll link up there. But growth factors, I think, have come into the mainstream now because there are affordable options on the market. Gone are the days where you had to spend $200 just in order to get a basic growth factors formula. We now have some really affordable and drugstore options, and I've got two here that are my favorite growth factor serums, something for everyone's price point. An affordable end is this, the Ordinary Growth Factors 15% solution. This revolutionized growth factors in the last year. When this launched, it went viral, reportedly selling 2 million units in the first week. I don't know how true that is. I don't work for The Ordinary. But if that is true, that's a lot of skincare. And people have been loving it. I know from your comments that this has been one of the best ingredients you've slotted into your skincare routine recently. So many people are getting the results they wanted. And that makes me so unbelievably happy, because it just goes to show at an affordable price point, you can elevate your anti-aging without needing to break the bank. This is probably my favorite new launch from The Ordinary in the past 3 years, and I would recommend everyone try it out. If you haven't given growth factors a go yet, use them alongside your other serums in your skincare routine. They pair well with everything, just slot them in, and I think you could take your results to the next level. Now, when we spoke about vitamin C, I mentioned that you can absolutely get your results on a budget, but if you're happy to pay more, you can get a little bit more, and the same goes for growth factors. This is the Allies of Skin Multi-Peptides and Growth Factors Advanced Lifting Serum. This, very similar to the vitamin C from Allies of Skin that I mentioned earlier, it's probably the quickest acting of the growth factor serums that you're going to find. And the technology in here is so advanced. This is a sort of product that says if it's within your budget, it's definitely worth the investment. But know that if you can't stretch this, The Ordinary, they've got you covered. There's something for everyone's price point. And for me, I do tend to use this more often than not because the results when it comes to lifting and firming, particularly around the jawline, are unparalleled. I've bought maybe 10 units of this over the past year and a half, and it's one of those products, even though I'm super cheap, that I find myself buying time and time again because I'm happy to invest in the results. You've got a great blend of growth factors in here, technology to make sure that they get to where they need to be in the skin to deliver maximum results, and you've got a plethora of other peptides alongside that. This really is like a one-stop shop anti-aging serum, and so I treat it almost like a 3-in-1 serum to kind of, in my mind at least, justify the price. It's not cheap, it's never pretending to be, but as I said, if your budget will stretch to it and you're happy to pay extra to get extra, you're getting a whole lot more with this product, which is why I love it. Now, we're in the final stretch, but there are a couple of other products that definitely warrant a mention. First up, azelaic acid. As an ingredient, one of my favorites. In fact, I covered azelaic acid in a recent shorts video, which if you haven't seen, again, I'll link it up there if you want to know more. But azelaic acid for me is one of those ingredients that I was skeptical to try for a long time, used it, and now I never look back. It's wonderful because it reduces sensitivity and irritation, so it's a great ingredient to use alongside some of your potent actives to minimize any side effects. It also helps minimize hyperpigmentation, and it fights acne-causing bacteria. So if you're someone like me that's trying to tackle adult acne and breakouts alongside anti-aging, then azelaic acid is your #1 ingredient and your best friend. Everyone, I think, could benefit from an azelaic acid serum, but with so many on the market, it can be difficult to know which to go for. For me, the very best of the best is always going to be the Theramid Acid Serum. Affordable price point, perfect strength of azelaic acid, and honestly the nicest, smoothest formula you will ever try. Sometimes azelaic acids can be a little bit grainy, they're quite hard to formulate with, and so they can come across a bit sandy on application, which we don't want. This is the smoothest azelaic acid you will ever try, and trust me, it is a game changer. I love it, and this is the one, having tried just about everyone on the market, that I think I settle on most frequently when it comes to my own skincare routine. Fades my hyperpigmentation, makes my other actives apply so much easier, and it helps minimize any acne-causing bacteria. It's, for me, true skincare bestie is azelaic acid, and this one by Theramid, worthy of a place on this list. Now, the final two recommendations I want to call like all-encompassing serums. We've talked about specific ingredients up to this point, but what about those people that just want like a one-and-done anti-aging serum? Well, I've got two recommendations to make for you. First up, let's talk the remedy for healthy aging. This has it all. You've got your retinoids, you've got your hyperpigmentation targeting ingredients, you've got your calming and soothing ingredients too. It is a one-stop shop for anti-aging. I love this serum so much. Now, it was out of stock for a while, but it's back. I have one on order, and my skin has really missed it. This is the sort of product that's going to help you streamline your skincare routine. Why have like 4 serums when one kind of can take their place? This, such a wonderful product, and I think the whole Remedy skincare line is amazing. Worth it every single time. And the price point as well, really, really fair. When I got my first one of this sent in PR, loved it, and then I came to purchase it myself and thought, I bet this is going to be expensive. I looked, and it really wasn't. I was pleasantly surprised by the price point. When you think of what you're getting in terms of this formula, definitely worth it every single time. And then finally, this. This is the Numbuzzin NAD Bio Lifting Essence. I've spoken about this probably to the point where you're all bored. You probably saw this coming, and when I said that name, you probably all went, really, again? I know. I talk about this all the time because I genuinely love it. It's got 50 different peptides in here, which are really just going to take control of that collagen production, boost firmness, elasticity, and smooth you out. But the best thing is, because of the formula, it gives the nicest instant plumping you will ever have on your skin. So it's got a thicker consistency than maybe you would expect. Let me just try and demonstrate that. You see, it's a little bit thicker than maybe you think from a serum, but you put that in, it sinks in without a trace and gives you the plumpest, juiciest skin of your dreams. So long-term anti-aging, absolutely. But instant results, I think we're all impatient as humans. We want those quick wins. This just delivers. It is the nicest product to incorporate in your skincare routine. And you don't have to take my word for it. I know so many people will be fangirling about this in the comments. So if you love this, sound up in the comments, let everyone else know, because I know people are skeptical to try it because it's because of the texture. Trust me, this is an investment you will not regret when it comes to your skincare routine. So, there you have it, guys. I'm out of breath. A whistle-stop tour. Well, it wasn't so much whistle-stop, more a marathon tour of my top 10 anti-aging skincare serums of 2025. These are the products that feature regularly in my skincare routine and have helped me to get on top of any emerging fine lines and wrinkles, fade my hyperpigmentation, and get those instant bounce and juiciness results that I think we're all after. Like I said, I've linked them all down in the description box below, but let me know if any of your personal favorites haven't made this list. I would love to hear about them in the comments below. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.